Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to... No, I'm just kidding. We're not doing that. Guys, welcome back to another stream. Holy moly, there's almost 200 of you on here. That's crazy. Guys, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend it with me. It's gonna be really chill today. We're gonna be working on some artwork for a mini boss for Dewdrop Dynasty. I'm gonna be answering any questions you guys have about game dev or any questions at all. I've answered dating advice in the past, anything. Throw it at me. We'll talk about that. And I have a special announcement that to make, and that's I'm officially a VTuber. Okay, no. So seriously, since the beginning, since I've seen people doing this, I've wanted to do this so badly of doing the reactive images. So yeah, call me what you want. The elf boy's real now. So, all right, I love to do this. If this is your first time to a stream, please tell me where you're at, like not specifically, but like your country, where you're at, and what time it is for you. So it's currently, I'm in Ohio in the United States, and it's currently 4:30. I got out of work early today, which is beautiful. Super fortunate to do that so we could do the stream. So, holy moly. Yeah, Goodgis is a VTuber. Hashtag elf boy. Hey Goodgis, where is Badgis? He's hiding. He's sleeping. I'm sleeping! Indonesia, Massachusetts, Canada, whoa, Israel. The chat is going insane right now. Joining from Turkey, Nigeria, it's 5 p.m. How I make the elf guy? I used Adobe Illustrator. PNG tuber, that's the way we rock. My dude, right? I need some dating advice. How do I stop Excel from assuming my date was cells or dates? Hilarious. Good guys, I have a question. How do you stay motivated? That is a great question. We'll get into it in a second. I'm from Ohio. Hey, representing Rayman. Okay, guys, I'm literally about to grab something real quick so I can see the chat a little bit better. Give me a second. If you hear noises in the background, that's me struggling to prop up my laptop. 1 second. Okay, all right, hold on. Not as prepared as I thought I was. I tried putting the chat like right underneath my monitor and I can't really read it. There we go. Godot or Unity? You know my answer. Why are you even asking? Skides, how's it going, man? Good to see you. One thing to do in Ohio, leave. How about you leave for that attitude? No, I was kidding. I love Ohio. It's beautiful here. It all depends on where you live. 50% is cornfields. But there's a lot of beautiful stuff in Ohio. But that's not why you came. You didn't come to the stream to hear about Ohio, unless that's specifically why you came. So I'm gonna answer some questions in a second. There's so many of you guys. It's so hard to keep up with. But we're gonna get into all this stuff. If I don't answer a question, feel free to ask it again. Because I will probably miss it just with the amount of people here, but I try to answer like as many questions as possible. So if you got some questions, shoot away. Matt Tang, thank you so much for the super chat. Both answers are wrong. It's Godot or Godot. I really appreciate that. And also Buddy Games, I don't know if you're still here, but thank you so much for the super chat in the start of the stream. I really appreciate it. I also live in Ohio, and it's literally a die roll. What does that mean? I want to do like a Ohio meetup. That'd be awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you what we're doing today. We're gonna be working on a mini boss. I already said that earlier. we're gonna go over here. This is our mini boss canvas. As you can see, it's beautiful. It's empty. But what type of mini boss? Well, I have reference, and it's gonna be in the top right corner in 3, 2, 1, boom. So this is a sketch I did the other day. It's a pencil sketch that I like colored in Photoshop to make it look fancier than it is. But basically it's like a cat armadillo thing. It's gonna be pretty big. And not to spoil too much, but this is gonna be a part of the demo, the Dewdrop demo, which is coming out in October, the beginning of October, fingers crossed. So we're gonna be working on that today. Maybe we'll make some NPCs and stuff because I need to work on that. So feel free to contribute ideas. I'm going to be trying to answering questions. So just know, chill stream. Sometimes there won't be anything happening on my screen because I'm reading what you guys are saying. So, I'd rather interact with you guys than make something for Dewdrop. So, okay. With that said, let's get started. And, also huge shout out to my lovely wife Kiwi, who's in the chat and moderating today. So keep it classy and she won't ban you. Cool. You know what? I can't see my reference. I'm gonna have to keep pulling out this thing to see the reference. That's actually, you know what? I have my reference, guys. Hold on one more second. I gotta grab my my sketchbook. Where'd it go? 1 second. You didn't hear that. Whoa, thanks so much for the double super chats. To Jama Kamalo. I don't know if that's how you say your name. I don't know what a czar is, but thank you so much for the 7 czars. And Ori the Kid, thank you so much for the $10. Hey Goodgis, you've been a huge inspiration to my game dev journey. I just want to say thank you for making videos, and I really can't wait to play Dewdrop. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. I really appreciate all the support. You guys are like some of the best community an elf could ever ask for. So I really appreciate all the love and support you guys have shown. And I hope, and I'm striving. I'm doing my best to make a game that you guys would be proud of. So Goodgis' house is collapsing. Shh! Don't tell anyone. Where's the sketch at? I should have a desktop camera so you can just see me flipping through my sketchbook right now. Just imagine. That's not it. Hold on. I'm getting close. Did I grab the wrong sketchbook? Oh, I think I did. Guys, I only have one sketchbook. Which sketchbook is it? Oh. No. Dang it. I'm about to start without a sketch. Yeah, I don't see it. I just keep seeing. I sketched a lot of rats. So okay, it's not in here. That's fine. We're going. Let it have a cowboy hat. What have a cowboy hat? Let it have a cowboy hat. Okay, so this is on blind faith right now that I'm also for those who don't know, if my mouse movements are sporadic, that's because I'm doing this with a trackball mouse. So I'm doing this in hard mode. I started using trackball mouse, I don't know, like 2 months ago, just for my wrist health, and it's crazy. I don't recommend it for the faint of heart, but it's working for me. Okay, so questions. Mithril Age, Goodgis, my question is, are you a time traveler? How is 11:30 in Ohio, but 11:30 here in Missouri? Oh, it's 12:30. It's 12:40 actually in Ohio. And I can't tell you the rest. Being a time traveler has its, its ups and downs. Okay, so his leg has to. No, not that. Yeah, this boss is gonna be huge, by the way, if you couldn't tell. you gotta start. You don't want to start out with a small boss. You know, like what's the point of that? Is it gonna be a nightmare to animate? Absolutely. But it's gonna be worth it. Though I might need to make it a little bit smaller. Okay, gotta do that. Actually, this needs to be. Goodgis, what 2D game should I make? That's a very broad. Make a 2D game that you want to make. How about that? How did you learn to code? I can't figure it out. I started by doing visual scripting in Game Maker 7 back in the day, and then I just I watched. Well, actually, there were no tutorials. I did not watch tutorials. My brother kind of taught me some stuff, and then I would read the manual. That's guys. I've said this before, and people don't like this because it's reading. I know reading is scary, but reading the manual is really important. Do you have any tips for getting started with C#? Don't. No, I'm just kidding. C# is it's a tricky language. It's people are like, oh, C++ is so much harder, and C++ is a hard language. I'm not trying to downplay C++ at all, but C# is up there with that. So really learn your fundamentals, watch a good course on it, because that's gonna save you in the long run. So but yeah, best of luck, because there's a reason I use GDScript, which is basically like based off of Lua and Python, so it's pretty easy. Please make the boss be an anteater. It's not an anteater, I'm sorry. Don't cry. Oh gosh, I'm crying looking at this thing. I need this reference pulled up. Hold on. I'm about to do something crazy here. Absolutely crazy. I'm gonna be doing some straight up file transfer on stream so I can see my reference. Guys, one important thing is, I'm saying it now, if you have a sketch, if you have something, use your reference. Your reference is so important if you want to actually make it look anything like you had in your mind. So it's important for me. All right, I'm sending this reference, so I'm actually doing this right. Okay. Also, this next song is my favorite. I don't know if you guys played Star Fox Adventures growing up, but this song is so good. Okay, and then I'll answer more questions, I promise. It always just like getting started takes the longest. Guys, I haven't streamed forever too. I think the last one was with Reese, and the one before that was like 40,000 years ago. Okay, let's see. While this is loading, Goodgis does not currently do any sports. I don't. I played basketball in college, and I played soccer growing up. Goodgis, would you make a Dewdrop on mobile, or at least only in the demo? There are no promises for mobile, because mobile is a huge headache, and I also don't know if the game would really lend itself well to it. Not saying I won't do it, because I don't want to like burn that bridge, but I have no plans for it as of right now. It really all comes down to like how good the game is, how well the game is received. How did you get so good at pixel art? Colin asks, how did you get so good at pixel art? Your sprites are so cute. I'm super jealous. It's practice. I know no one wants to hear that. It's the dirty word. But yeah, just practice. If you practice a lot, you're gonna get upset. You're gonna be grouchy at yourself because you want to do better. Just don't be hard on yourself. Acknowledge the successes you have, and just keep sticking with it. I remember when I was younger, I would be so mad because my art was bad, and everyone else was doing so well. I'm like, how can I do as well as they're doing? And it just the more you practice and study other people's artwork, the better. Elliot Dev, Goodgis is 40,000 years old. Confirmed. Yes, I am. Okay, let me pull up my reference. Okay, I think I'm gonna start with the head, because I'm trying to do You don't, okay. You don't want to do like just side-on view because it's not the prettiest thing. So I've been trying to do this like quarter angle view. So I'm gonna restart this and I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller this time, just because he's getting a little too chunkarooey. Hey Goodgis, will Dewdrop be on the Xbox? I don't know actually. That's a great question. I think I don't know how porting is for Xbox on Godot. The only console I've planned currently that I really want to do is the Switch, which is like, it's just such a popular console, and I'm a big Nintendo fanboy. Also, shout out to all the I saw some people in the chat missing the direct from my stream. You guys are the best. Huge shout out. I totally didn't even realize that was happening. But yeah, so I'm a big Nintendo fanboy. So getting on the Switch would be awesome. But I don't know. We'll go from there. Maybe the PS4 as well. Goodgis, is your goal to release Dewdrop as a 100% complete game, or will you be adding it to it as time goes on? I can't remember if you answered this already. That's a fantastic question. I really I'm all about supporting games long term, because it stinks. You get hyped about a game, it comes out, everyone's like, yeah, and the game comes out, and then like 5 minutes later, the game's abandoned, and like the devs don't even think about it, and it's just like, it's kind of a sad thing. Like, you want to keep the experience alive. So I have some stuff that I have planned that I would like to do for it. But it, like I said, it all, if the game sells like only makes $500, then it's hard to justify spending a ton of time and resources in it. So it really comes down to how well the game does. But I have a feeling like, just from the reception of everyone, I have a feeling like it'll do fairly well. I'm hoping. But yeah, that's my goal. I actually have a bunch of secret stuff planned that I would love to do and implement if I can. So, what resolution do I use for the tiles and characters like Poe? 8x8. So it's a pretty small game, which I'm grateful for. Do I have a kid? No, not yet. Did you find a style for Dewdrop's promo art? Why am I having a hard time talking? We didn't really find like an illustrator that fit exactly what we were looking for. So we kind of held off on that for now. And also we kind of, it's tricky. There's some secret stuff behind the scenes I can't tell you guys that's going to be happening sooner than later. But it just made sense for us to kind of do it ourselves at this point. I kind of like that shadow. Okay. Buddy with another five pound super chat. Thank you so much. Porting to Xbox from Godot for small file sizes is easy using UWP. Quick question. Oh, is it really? I'll have to pick your brain about that, buddy. How's the nightlife like in Ohio? Goodgis in the clubs. My nightlife is like reading. I don't really go out much. I'm not a big party guy. You know, I'd rather go to an arboretum and look at some trees. So, but it's chill. Like, Ohio's pretty chill. It all depends on what you want to do here. If you go up to if you go to Cleveland, I know people always everyone knows Cleveland because everyone makes fun of it on the TV. Cleveland's actually really nice, and there's a lot of nice restaurants and stuff. So, but more likely you'd be catching me at a zoo or something. Okay. All right. What do you think about Godot being on mobile? You mean like being able to do it on Android? I mean, I think it's great. I think I'm not going to use it, but I'm really not a big mobile guy. I'm very boomerish when it comes to phones. I'm just like, why use a phone when I can use a computer? I have a Ryzen 9, so I have a Zoom computer. Oops. What is happening here? Oh, I'm drawing my reference layer. Yeah, so doing anything on a phone is like a headache for me. I'd rather just not do it on a phone and be happy. But I think it's awesome for people that don't have machines, and Android devices are pretty cheap, so I think it's cool. Cedar Point. You know what? I went to Cedar Point one time, and you know what I did at Cedar Point? I rode the Iron Dragon, I rode the merry-go-round, and I did nothing else. Because I can't stand roller coasters. I'm really not a thrill junkie that much. Not saying that people that like roller coasters are, but I'm just like a cranky old man when it comes to roller coasters. I'm like, oh, they're hurting my back. Hi, Goodgis. Do you know how much the game will cost? I don't remember if you said it already. I've kind of said like a bunch of different prices. You're gonna find out more about that sooner than later, as you'll find out in the coming months. Not the game is not done by. It's not gonna be done by the end of this year, but there'll be more information on it. We haven't fully decided what the pricing is going to be, but it's probably going to be between. I don't want to. Selling it for less than $10 is brutal because Steam just takes such a big cut with refunds. It's so hard to do that, but selling it more than 15 is kind of ridiculous too, because you're competing with games like Hollow Knight and Stardew Valley and these other amazing games that have. Like, which isn't a fair comparison either, because those games are just so good. So it's probably going to be somewhere between 10 and 15 bucks or whatever, but we'll figure it out. I really want the price to justify the game to justify the price. How do you think of character models? I have a hard time thinking of them. Well, I don't have to think about them all the time because I have an amazing character designer, Bonzo-san or Bonzo Bean. Who some of you may have seen in the chat here in the past. He does a lot of the character designs. He does a fantastic job. I designed this character, so I do like doing it on occasion. But it helps having a character designer. Play to your strengths. What game engine do you like the most? I like Godot. Godot is. I mean, there's times that Godot can be a pain in the butt, you know, but I've never had an engine that hasn't been annoying at times, or used an engine, I should say. So, and especially like everyone's going back after the Unity scandal, which honestly isn't that big of a deal. Like, I don't think the guy, the CEO of Unity, saying that stuff, like, it's like, yeah, who cares? He's not like, that guy's not doing the day-to-day stuff. He's just some rando CEO guy that just like, oh, if you don't make us more money, you're dumb. It's like, well, an opinion is opinion. I think you should still use Unity. I don't think you should boycott it. But how big do you think Dewdrop's file size would be? Right now it's about 50 megabytes. It probably will be more than that because there'll be a lot more music in the game. Our composer Peter's been doing a fantastic job. I just found out how to reduce file size thanks to the lovely people over at the Godot Reddit. So it's gonna be pretty small, hopefully. No promises. Goodgis, where did the little Goodgis elf sound come from? Which little elf sound? Because I do all the voices or most of the voices, like the yeah. That sound like Elmo. Hey there, Goodgis. How are you doing? PBJ Gamer, I am doing fantastic. How about yourself? It's so nice to be streaming again. I was thinking about the other day. I'm like, I haven't streamed in a while. And honestly, like you guys let me know. Have there been that many like game dev live streams going on? Like, I feel like the game dev community is kind of slowed down here on YouTube, where just people have kind of found their own paths, or they've just kind of hopped off, and I don't know. Feels like they've thinned out a little bit. Goodgis has a Reddit confirmed. Yeah, I only use Reddit when I have to. Like, it's funny, when I post stuff on Twitter, people are like, oh, this is awesome, great work, Goodgis. And I post stuff on Reddit, people are like, this sucks. I'm like, I didn't ask for your feedback. But I don't mind it. I don't mind. Most people are pretty nice though. It's just funny how in Reddit people assume that you want to be critiqued. Goodgis, how many lines of code does Poe have? It's disgusting. You don't want to know. It's like 800. It needs cleaned up. Here's the thing, guys. You don't have to have an efficient. You don't have to have efficient code to technically make a good game. Undertale was spaghetti code. It just becomes more of a matter of fact of like being able to read it long term. So okay, this is a good base for this guy. I think I want him bigger. Redditgis, how much time do you spend per day on working on Dewdrop? So for those who don't know, I still work full time. I'm still a full-time graphic designer. So I have to work my 9 to 5, and then I have, after I finish work for the day, I have a list of priorities that I try to do. So I'm like, do I get this done? Do I get that done? If we have a video that needs to get out, I got to work on that. So it all varies week per week. But I'll try to spend like a couple hours after work every day to get it done. So it's a slow process, but that's just like how it is when you're kind of bootstrapping and just like kind of paying for your own development a little bit. But that might change here in the near future. Goodgis, will Dewdrop be on Mac? Of course. Unless there's like some weird, goofy issue, which I don't expect there to be. Godot does a really good job of porting to Mac, so I'm not worried. Okay, I need to work on this guy's eyes. There we go. He's looking a little sus though. Not to bring up a dead meme, but I think Goodgis picks his colors. Yeah, so I use this built into Pyxel Edit, which is the software I use. There's a preset called EGA 16. That's what I use, and then from there I kind of modify the colors. So it's a combination. How do I pick my colors? Many years of practice. That was one thing I was really good at in school. It was so good. Oh, they were like, Goodgis. No, I'm just kidding. No one called me. Well, the only person who called me Goodgis in school was Bonzo. And that's before I had my channel. Goodgis, what are your thoughts on honey badgers? I think they're cool. I like them. How tall am I? Asking for a friend. That's like a very suspicious question. How tall am I? I'm 6'8". No, I'm just kidding. I'm average height. You think my profile picture would be an elf if I was that tall? I'm teasing. Holy, how do we have 300 people? Where did you guys come from? Welcome. If this is your first stream, can you guys let me know? How do you come up with good game ideas? Well, I mean, that's the $1 million question, isn't it? You have to try something and see if it's good. It comes from a lot of research too. Like, I've been playing so many Metroidvanias, and you don't want to copy, but you also want to see what they did well. And so I also been making friends in the community. That's another great way. I've been chatting with the developer of Haiku the Robot, Jordan. I think that's his name. I mean, why am I forgetting it? But super nice guy. And is it Batsky? Batsky? I can't remember. But the guy who worked on Lone Fungus, like these other like indie Metroidvania games, and super encouraging to get advice from them, like people that are already doing it. Mr. Ernie, I'm a new sub. Welcome. Knight, welcome, your first stream. Elliot Dev, welcome to your first stream. That's awesome. Zachary, welcome. Cool Karma, welcome as well. First stream I've ever watched. Welcome, Maker Tech. Batsty. Batsty? It's so hard to say. Yeah, he's a really nice guy. Both those guys are like Very nice, super like above and beyond. I reached out to a couple people for advice, and it's amazing how like some people will just give you the cold shoulder and they're like, no, they don't have any time of day for you. But they both were super nice, super encouraging guys. So big shout out to them. Michael Klassen, I don't know if that's how you say your name. Thank you so much for the $15 super chat. Thanks for the great and inspiring content. This is my first stream. Just curious, do you have plans to work in the game industry, or are you happy sticking solo indie dev? Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate. And to answer your question, I don't really have plans to like work for AAA or anything, but I do want to start my own studio. I want to. The dream would be to work for myself, and that's kind of where I'm going with it. And I want to work with my friends who they've been doing stuff for years now, like that, like a lot of the behind the scenes stuff with Fearth and with Dewdrop, and you don't realize is I have I have an awesome team that's supporting me from behind. So it's easier to work on games with your friends and with a group. So I just want a small indie studio though. But I like, if we had one really successful game, I wouldn't keep making the studio bigger and bigger. I would keep it small and tight knit and just focus on just having fun and making quality games and not getting like burnout. Wow, there's so many first time streamers. Nakat, welcome. Game Dev Shark, welcome. Rowans, welcome. The YouTube algorithm has brought me here. I don't know I have the like Brooklyn accent. Welcome. Okay, we gotta make this guy a little bit more dynamic. Goodgis, are you planning to make more board games in the future? Yeah, like not right now, of course. But I would be down to do more stuff in the future. I just really would love to get a publisher. That's my big thing. There's a lot of legal shenanigans, like when you're selling a game, and not to be like, oh, as big as us, but like when you get to the place where you have all these people that want a game internationally and stuff, it's stressful, and there's a lot of work that goes behind it. So the short answer, I guess, is I would like to in the future. I don't know what that looks like right now, and it definitely won't happen until after Dewdrop, just because it's you gotta do one thing at a time. I kind of do one thing at a time. Elfman making Pyxel thing. Pyxel ting. That's more of an Alex Jones. Alright, hey guys, Alex Jones. People are gonna tune in, they're gonna leave. I'm not Alex Jones. That guy. Barking like a dog. Okay. Let's do that. I'm trying to make this guy as... So one piece of advice I like to give about characters is really exaggerate them. Like really, instead of just being like, oh, it's a dog, and making it look like a dog, like make its ears really long, make its tail really long, make something different, and stylize them. Because instead of someone looking at your game like, oh, it's a generic dog, like it looks more like an interesting character, like it's designed. So this looks very much like an armadillo, and I'm gonna start messing around with it and making it this character like have, I guess, stand out more, its face and stuff. Can't believe how many people are here. I know I think this is the biggest stream ever. You guys are crazy. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. I'm so glad when people show up, because it's awkward just sitting by myself. No, I'm just kidding. That's never happened. You guys have always hung out. This kind of looks like, I don't know about you guys, but this looks like Piglet. What are your thoughts on Godot 4.0? I think it's good. I'm not using it right now, but I think it's good. I'm excited for it. I've been using 3.5, and even that is just beautiful, that tween node. It's funny, I reported my first bug the other day. I was like, oh, this thing's broken. And of course it wasn't a bug, and I get like corrected immediately. But you know what? That's okay. At least I was doing my due diligence of letting them know. But yeah, Godot's got a bright future ahead of it, and I'm really excited. I don't like that shading. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of that guy. I like to save drafts of former versions. Maybe add crystals on his back. Okay, so this guy's in a location that I have not named yet. It's this area. It's a desert location that I haven't really talked about a whole lot. I kind of briefly mentioned it in my last devlog, but this desert location is gonna have some crazy characters, as you can tell. But the demo is gonna take place in this whole area. That way it's not the pits, it's not any locations that you've already seen. It's a brand new location. So this is the first little mini boss here. And he's not really gonna have, you know how some bosses like they're not really a part of the main story. Like they're not the villains, but they're just kind of like people you meet along the way. That's what this guy is. Let's play around with the coloring here. I don't know about that. He needs to stand out. Unfortunately, making him orange isn't really making him stand out, but... And I'm not quite sold on his face yet. We're getting there. Goodgis, what's the song in the background? Oh, it's from Mario Odyssey. It's the underground theme, I think, of Mario Odyssey. Okay, so I used to use royalty-free music until that royalty-free music that guy posted saying it was royalty-free. He's like, oh no, it's not royalty-free anymore. So when I was trying to be a good boy and use like royalty-free music, I got copyright claims on all my live streams because that guy just decided he wanted to start claiming it, which is fine, but I don't think you should be able to just like say something's free and then change it after someone's used it like that. I don't think that's fair. Anywho, so I use Nintendo music, and Nintendo is pretty notorious for taking stuff down, but I figured, I'm like, if my stuff's gonna get taken down anyway, I'd rather listen to music I like. So, but surprisingly they haven't done anything with it. What were your inspirations for Dewdrop? Also, Silk Song will be Goat. You know what? Everyone's like, Hollow Knight? Was I inspired by Hollow Knight? I actually never played Hollow Knight before working on Dewdrop. I've played part of it now, but I try not to really play it or look at it because I just feel like that's weird when I'm making a game, a Metroidvania, to just like to study Hollow Knight all the time. You know, you want to keep it. You want to differentiate yourself. So. Paper Mario is like a big influence on the characters and the kind of the humor. What else? Cave Story. What's the other game I was thinking about? Believe it or not, Legend of Zelda, because Legend of Zelda is basically it's a top-down Metroidvania or 3D Metroidvania, however you want to look at it. And I've been playing like other games like Yoku's Island Express, and Haiku the Robot's been a big inspiration too, because I think it's just cool to see another, like a game dev that make a successful game, because it makes you like think, oh, I can do this too. It's inspiring. Add popping cactus fruits and make a greenish shell. A green, see, the thing is that going to stand out? I think orange is going to stand out. Green is a little like, it's going to look like a turtle. How about we do this? We'll play around with that later. Try to see if I want floppy ears instead of kind of more like horns at this point. It's like Scary Piglet is what it's becoming. Is he an armadillo? Kind of. Cactus Dillo. That is. You know what? Who said that? Hold on. Woogler Puff. The craziest name. That's actually not a bad idea, because that kind of plays into how I want the mechanic of the fight to be. So you know what? I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna give it a shot. Add some spikes here. The only problem is like putting spikes in or like on them. I guess I could do it like that. I think I need to fix his head though. My cat, Goodgis, my cat keeps trying to catch your mouse cursor. All right, I'll wiggle it around more. Here, little kitty. Armadillo's ears stick out, don't they? Yeah, but I don't want it to be like a replica of an armadillo, you know? Like I want it to have its own kind of flair to it. Also, I need to incorporate white somewhere. Let's give it some horns. Everyone's like, Goodgis, you're destroying it! Maybe I am. It's okay, we have an older draft. Older... Did I say giraffe? Okay, let's do that. It's kind of creepy. What about no horns? Spiky boy! What's your creative process? I sit down and I make something. No, it's pretty like... My creative process is very odd. Because I'm just kind of like a 0 to 100 kind of person when it comes to like my artwork. There really isn't a whole... Like, all the evolution you're seeing on this character is happening live. So I just, at least for art, if that's what you're asking, I keep it pretty, I just sit down and I have a character. I'm like, oh, I need to design this. The only thing I think about more and plan out more is like UI stuff because it's just, ugh, it can be a headache. Okay, I kind of like this. He's like a bull. A bull cactus armadillo. Yeah, there we go. I don't like the white sticking out on there. That's kind of disgusting. There we go. And then you don't want to bump into him. Wow, that was like... What was your name again? Moogler or something? Mogler? Whatever your name was. I missed it now. It's lost in the chat. Fantastic idea. Can you show gameplay on the stream? I don't have stuff set up to show gameplay, but maybe next stream I will. I'm really trying to be. I want it to be a surprise, guys. Like it's the tricky thing about doing devlogs is you want to show off more and more. But then you don't want to show off too much, and you guys will be able to play the demo here in a month and a half, or no, just a month, guys. Like the Steam Fest is pretty close, so patience is a virtue. Don't get grouchy at me for saying that. Add some shading to his horn there. Actually, I think it should be like yellow, not that yellow. Cacmandillo. Armin Cacto. Some pretty beautiful names. In your opinion, was the best free Pixar editor? I'm asking for a friend. I don't know. I mean, Sprite, because you can compile it from source. If you got a little tech savvy, if you're a little tech savvy, you could do Sprite. I'm sure it's pre-compiled somewhere. Or you can use Libre Sprite. Paint.net is great if you're on Windows. I don't want to say it's great. I just like Pyxel Edit. That's the one I'm not saying it's the best. It's just the one I've used the most. And so I'm comfortable with it. So. But really, the best one is the one that you enjoy using. All right, if you guys have asked questions and I've missed your questions, please feel free to ask them again. I think here in a second, because this boss, you guys are crazy. Because like literally every time I chat with you guys, I bust out characters. Like sometimes I overthink designs, and then when I do a stream, I just like get it done in like 2 seconds. Sometimes I'll save a character just for streaming because I know I'll get it done faster. So, I'm thinking here, we might do an NPC or two, and one lucky person in the chat will get to contribute an idea for the NPC. So get your ideas ready of some desert NPC guys. They can't be a cactus because I guess they could. We just haven't done the cactus. Also, I'm creeped out by how tall this thing is now. Why don't I give him 4 heads instead? No. Faded Gaming, are you making the music for the game yourself? I am not. I tried doing it and I could probably do it, but I want it to be super high quality and have a lot of heart behind it, so I decided to contract out Peter, who is fantastic. He's been doing an absolute amazing job with the OST. Super happy to work with him, and oh, look at that. Whoa, separate. Actually, I should separate that. That's kind of a smart idea. But yeah, he's doing, his soundtrack is almost a little bit more anime, like 90s anime, and that's, believe it or not, that's kind of where we're going for to hit the nostalgia factor. So okay, this guy thinks the winner. Chicken dinner up here. This guy is like the I'm gonna charge you stage. I can lean him forward. This song always throws me off. It's the only song in this playlist that has a vocal track, I think. Okay, can we listen to some of the Dewdrop OST? You actually have heard it, some of it already, because it's been in devlogs. If you're a Patreon supporter, you actually can hear some of the tracks. I've been sharing them on there. I will be sharing more stuff about the OST. You will, in October, a lot will be revealed. You'll hear some new tracks. You'll hear you'll be able to go back and hear some old tracks. Some of them are just absolutely incredible, make me teary-eyed kind of tracks. So but there's gonna be a lot of big news in October. There's actually a lot of big stuff happening in general. Not even just for that, but just life events for me, which I will share then. So, but get excited, guys. And actually, if we can hit 100K, we're creeping up to 100K. The sooner we hit 100K, we'll have something special that'll happen. So that's all I'll say, though. What size is the art in Dewdrop? It's 8x8. I think I'll have a stand-up version where he's like, this is good because Bonzo and I were just talking about how the design was like a little too cutesy before, and we don't want you to like love this guy because you're gonna have to beat him up. What are your thoughts on not using a game engine? I think it's awesome. If you can do it, go for it. I think it's very cool. Also, if you guys are asking questions, make sure to tag me. I'm always bad about that, but make sure to tag me as I will see it sooner. Do you have any time to create a terms of policy or licensing agreement to release it on Steam? If so, is it difficult to add? What do you mean by that? I didn't think you needed a licensing agreement. Maybe you do. I don't know. I haven't gotten that far with uploading stuff. We're getting closer to a build, like to export out the build. Like I'm getting all that stuff set up, but we're not quite there yet. I'm still. Last week I spent most of the time working on menus, working on input control mapping, because I know people like love, or they've hated it in the past when they can't change the controls. Totally get it. I've never done it before, control mapping, so I've been doing that. And then I have all the mini maps sketched out of how the area is going to look. And then pretty soon here, it's not going to take long to flesh out the areas. Like almost all the enemies are done. I still have to do the bosses, hence why I'm illustrating this guy right now. But we're getting close. We're getting really close. But there's some, like I said, there's some other secret stuff I have to work on too. So you're gonna hear a lot more about the game. Just pray for me, guys. I got a lot of work to do in a short amount of time. Whoa! Okay, all the tagging. Can you send a link to the what playlist? For the which stream? This stream? This stream? Did I say that? Geo Sprite. Which playlist are you talking about? Goodgis, will there be upgrades to guns? Yeah, there'll be ammo upgrades, if not new weapons. We've talked about that part isn't quite finalized yet, but definitely some sort of change. At least we hope to. What if the boss turns into a cactus for a second phase? Well, he kind of will. He'll roll up in a ball. This boss is gonna be, remember, this is gonna be the first boss in the game, so it's gonna be pretty chill. This is no Dark Souls boss. John the Snowman, the NPC of the desert. Okay, what game engine? Godot game engine. If you're curious about the list of software and stuff I'm using during the stream, you can look in the description. Also, if you guys have no idea what this game is, or you want to like support the game, you can wishlist it, and the link is in the description as well. Wishlists are like incredible. I know everyone promotes their wish lists and stuff like that, but it literally is the difference between me being a successful game dev or just kind of doing it as a hobby. So I want to make the game, but I'm not satisfied with my animations. How do you come up with yours? I just study reference. I look at like other animations. My brother is actually an animator, or he used to do animation work. He worked with some pretty big clients, so I normally show it to him, and he normally complains. He's like, too much smear. Which, that's just like a style. You can add smear frames if you want, but there we go. Fill that in. Boom. Yep. People may not know, but I outline my sprites just for overlapping. That actually is a pretty cool sprite. Okay. All right. I'm gonna do a quick round of answering some questions. So put your questions in, and then we're gonna pick some NPCs here, and we'll do that. I'm gonna drink some water. So ignore this. Ready? Gulp ASMR. Here we go. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. That was just uncalled for. Just pull this up so you can see the references in the right corner if you're just hopping on. Okay, so I'm gonna answer some questions. Goodgis, make a swamp area with a frog as the boss. That's not a question. That's not a question. Do I like comics? Says thumbs up. I actually don't read a lot of comics. I used to read Star Wars ones when I was a kid, but I just don't. I'm not a big comic person per se. I read manga on occasion, but even then I haven't really. It's been a while since I've even done watched any anime or stuff or read manga. One Piece was the last manga I read, and yeah. Goodgis, will the game be pay to access when released? Yes. Unfortunately, as much as I would love to make free games, you just can't. It's like, unless you make it as a service, and I don't really want to do that. What's the origin of Goodgis as a name? The name was a username for RuneScape when I was like 10, and I wanted the name to be Good Guy, but it was taken, so I named it Goodgis instead. Will you make a Gulp ASMR second channel? I'll think about it. Unreal or Unity? You know what? I think Unreal, because Unreal has stuff that you can't do in Godot. I mean, Unity does as well, but everything I want to do that I would want to do in Unity right now, I can do in Godot. So I think Unreal is great because of the graphics, the visuals. All right, let's see. What's your opinion on honey badgers? I think did I ask this? I have no opinion. I don't really. I mean, I think they're cool. Do you play CS:GO? I used to play it a long time ago. True story. One time I went to a server and it was an arms race, and I logged on, and as soon as I logged on, I just immediately won for no reason, and I got like a really nice skin from it. So price $10-15. It's not announced, so no worries, or no worries. You'll find out soon in October. When is the demo? October 3rd, I think, is when Steam Fest starts, but there's gonna be more than just the demo, so get excited for that. Okay, are you a car guy? Do you like cars? If you do, what are your favorites? You know, I'm not too much of a car guy. I like the ones that work, the ones that I mean, I think they're cool. I think I'm trying to think what are some cool cars. I'm more of a practical guy. I think Subarus are cool. I think SUVs are cool. I think like RAV Toyotas are fine. They're respectable. Obviously, like a Corvette is cool looking, but I wouldn't buy one just because like the insurance would probably be more expensive, and the people would key your car or something like that. Like I'd rather drive like a kind of a unsuspecting looking car so no one scratches it up. So anyway, long-winded answer. Shirt, any info on Blizzard Blowout? Yeah, so the other Fearth guys were working on it for a while. It's just on pause. Really, everything we were doing all these different things working on these different projects, and I'm just like, nope, all hands on deck. We're just gonna focus on Dewdrop. We're gonna finish this game, and we're gonna make it like incredible. So enough of this, like me working on a project here and there and moving back and forth. Like it's too much. So, but we'll bust it out. But yeah, it probably won't be a little bit until we hear about it. Right, Brady said mint chocolate chip ice cream, good or bad? You know what? It all depends. Because if I don't have a choice, if I only have mint chocolate chip and it's a hot day, then it is really refreshing. I'm down for it. But if I have a choice, then I would say no. It's kind of like root beer is the same way. Like if there's only root beer somewhere, or like not ginger beer, birch beer. Birch beer is better. If there's only like birch beer, root beer. If there's only birch beer or ginger, why I keep saying ginger beer? Anywho, if that's the only option, then I'm all for it. But if there's anything else, I'm like, eh. Oh no, Bonzo, you found out the truth. Yes, I am a PNG tuber now. I've been on camera before and it's fine, but it's just kind of awkward seeing like the top of my forehead for like 2 hours. Okay, will the demo come out on Switch? No. There will be nothing like the order of the game will be Dewdrop when it's released. It's going to be demo's going to be on PC, Mac, and Linux, and then when the game first comes out, it's going to be PC, Mac, and Linux, and then from there we'll go from hopefully making the Switch port and other ports as well. So we'll just keep supporting the game as it goes on. Do I know Earthbound? Yes, I love Earthbound. I actually have a vinyl record from Earthbound Beginnings on my wall that you probably will see if you've seen me in like any of my videos. If you were to find a new art style for your game's promo art, would you want it to resemble pixel art, or would you prefer it to look unnecessarily realistic like Mega Man's US box art? Jared, the funny thing about that is Bonzo and I were talking about this because Bonzo's like the lead concept artist, and we were going back and forth, and we were saying how we don't want it to look like the Mega Man, like Japanese cover, yes, not the US cover. That is like the ugliest artwork. The perspective is so awkward too. It looks like he's being like picked up by his shoulders. What happened to the outline of your elf character? What do you mean what happened to the outline? There's like some scandal about the outline. What inspired you to make Dewdrop Dynasty? We just Crepe, Bonzo, and I wanted to make a game that we could make in a month. That was the goal of Dewdrop Dynasty. No, we really want to do our first like commercial release game that we were proud of. Do you plan to do more streams similar to that? Similar to what? Similar to this? Yeah, probably. Now that I have everything set up, as long as I have the free time. So the only reason I was able to stream today is because I got the day off. So half the day off. But I would love to do it like more often. I miss doing streams, and the more you do it, the easier it gets. What inspired you? I just answered that. I have 3 different game engines installed. I have no idea how to use any of them. Well, pick one and start learning it. You don't want to have 20 engines on your computer because that's overwhelming. Pick one and commit to it. Don't get caught up in the like, well, is this one better? Is that one better? It took me years. I used GameMaker for the longest time until I finally moved over to Godot. So you really like, unless you're doing something really specific, you could be well off on any game engine you pick. Well, not any, but like the big ones. Like if you're gonna do 2D games, don't use Unreal. Their performances, like their 2D games, are actually use the 3D engine, and they just chug a lug. Goodgis, how do you keep scope creep from killing your motivation? It's funny because scope creep gives me motivation a lot of times, but you just got to be realistic. Like there's some secret features. I actually have a scope creep list for Dewdrop, and I'm telling the team, I'm like, hey, put your scope creep ideas down, because if we get the time afterwards to work on it, I would love to implement these things. They'd make the game amazing, and they wouldn't be incredibly hard to add, but it's still scope creep. So I'm just like, trying to you gotta just weigh the options, but try to give yourself a deadline, and you'll find that you won't have scope creep. You'll actually start cutting features. Can I please do John the Snowman NPC? It just doesn't make sense. For John the Snowman sounds like a pilgrim. Not a pilgrim, a pioneer. Goodgis, is it scope creep or scope creep? Goodgis, can you do a setup tour, and what keyboard do you use? I actually have done one on my Patreon. I used to use this Logitech ergonomic keyboard, but I spilled water on it twice in a matter of like 15 minutes one day, and ever since then my spacebar hasn't been working, or like one key on my keyboard stopped working. So now I'm back to this what's the keyboard we have, Kiwi? Yeah, I have a Keychron. It's not a full-size keyboard, and I have browns. I don't think they're Cherry MX browns. I think they're Gateron browns. Gecko Cowboy, enough said. How did you decide the art style of the game? I was trying to make something simple and small. I really like the game Princess Remedy in a World of Hurt, and so it's inspired by that art. And then it's evolved. Now it's like it's getting more shading and crazy stuff in shaders and glow and post-processing. So it's kind of taking on its own unique style. What's your favorite game? Probably Paper Mario 1. Paper Mario 1, Sonic Adventure, Ocarina of Time. Those are probably like my top 3. I'm a big Zelda fan. Jax asked me how are you? Well, I'm doing excellent. How are you? Can you do a giant tortoise NPC? Maybe. Do you think that game development in a phone will be a thing? I hope it's not. I mean, it will, but I just like it's like using a keyboard with chopsticks. It's very awkward. I'm sure there's a video of someone proving me wrong, but I'm just saying, like, a phone is just it's weird. It's just awkward to do something on a phone with a touch screen when you could just use a mouse. A mouse has more of a tactile feel to it. What's up, Judson? Yeah. Rogue Punch, do you want to play CSGO with me sometime? Also, what's the skin you got in the arms race game? Also your rank. It was like 5 years ago, so I have no idea. I haven't played it since. I'm not like a huge FPS guy, hence the trackball mouse. The last FPS I really played was Halo Infinite, but yeah, I'm more of like a I've only been playing Metroidvanias really. And what was the other game I was playing? I don't know. I'm just kind of an old school gamer. N64 stuff. Could you make the NPC kind of look like a clay pot and stuff? That's kind of an interesting idea. I like that. What are your tips on finishing Game Jam games? Okay, so I mentioned this in one of my videos, and people are so confused by this tip. So, right now, here's a little promo. Kiwi, I don't know if you're able to grab the link, but we're doing the Cozy Autumn Game Jam is about to start in 2 weeks, and it's a 2-week long game jam. In the past, it's been 3 weeks long, but so here's what I recommend: plan to make a game in 1 week. If you want to use the whole 2 weeks for the game jam, plan to make it in 1 week, because it's going to take you longer than 1 week. It's going to take you, if you think the game is going to take you 1 week, it's probably going to take around 2. It always takes twice as long, excuse me. So that's my thought, and then just keep your scope realistic. And if you're 1 week in the jam and you realize, oh crap, I'm not done with the game yet, I'm not close, then cut stuff. Cut. Thank you, Kiwi. I'm begging you. A cactus cowboy NPC, please. There he is, a cactus NPC. How do you know he's not a cowboy? Just because he's not wearing the hat? Really want to see a kangaroo as an NPC? That's an interesting idea. I didn't think about that. Welcome back. Oh, hey, the stream is on. Gosh, I'm bad at remembering the time. No worries. You made it just in time. Okay. Somebody may have asked this, but how do you come up with ideas for your mini bosses? We kind of, like, the team kind of thinks about it, but it's more so just like, oh, this would be funny. It's really like, I just think about the game all the time. Like, what if it was this character? What if it was that character? And I always try to pull in some humor or something. But anywho, that's kind of how it is. I don't really read into it too much. I don't get too crazy about it. I just kind of that's my whole motto, is just kind of being chill about it. Goodgis, stop talking. I want to see some more stuff being done. No. All right, we'll make some NPCs now. Okay, I want you guys to put some ideas in the chat. I want you to spam in the chat. People are gonna get grouchy. That's okay. We're all friends here. Start spamming your ideas for for your what you would like to see NPC wise. Kiwi's getting nervous because I'm telling people to spam. Also, how do I think my channel grew? I think it was just right time, right place, and I really tried to make good quality, just like really high quality content. I hate that word, content. High quality videos. All right, giant tortoise. Let's see. Snowman made of sand. Scorpion, cowboy frog. John the snowman. Dewdrop wizard. Let's build a snowman. Giant tortoise. Vulture with a top hat. Lizard NPC. Sheriff rattlesnake, but he wears his hat on his tail. Hairless Egyptian cat. Chameleon that is hidden in the level because his color changes. A rolling bush, that's a cowboy. That's kind of funny. I think that, yeah, okay. Yeah, I think the two that I really like, and you're not gonna understand why, but the two that I'm really digging are the clay pot and the tumbleweed man, and they really fit in with the story of the area. So those are, was that Rook Rack, and I don't know who said the tumbleweed idea, but shout out to you guys. Sentient quicksand. Let's give these guys a shot. All right. That's it. No more spamming. Spamming now equals bamming. I'm just kidding. Also, I have to say, guys, the subscribers stream seemed to help with all the horrible, horrible, horrible bots that were showing up the last couple streams. YouTube needs to work out a better system for their you just can't, like, YouTube's pretty bad. You can't really ban people, and there's just like not a lot of security measures. It makes it hard. All right. The stream should be called Making Sentient Pots in front of 200 people. It is I, Tumbleweed Dude. Cringy LOL. Thank you for the idea. It's an orange ghost. Well, he could, you know, he could be kind of sad, you know? If you were a pot, would you be very happy? I don't think you would. Let's there we go. That's you know, very cute, down to earth NPC. Down to earth. Literally. This man is so down to the earth. He's made of it. So yeah, we're gonna make some NPCs here. Can't promise everyone is gonna get, like, all the ones I'm designing here are even gonna be in the game. But it's I always like doing this because it gives an idea. I'd rather have art than not have art. Simple as that. He's a little too scary. I really don't want this to be scary. There's only one really scary character in the game. There we go. That's more like dorky. Eh. Like, I think I want to angle him too. I just started my game. I'm having trouble deciding the art direction. Any advice? I would just look at some other games that, first off, be realistic on what you can do. You know, like Secret of Mana is an awesome game, but can you make the art style of Secret of Mana and make a whole game with it? Like it's pretty intimidating. So just be realistic about what you can get done. And then I would look at some other games that you like. I love this blank expression. That's incredible. This pot has seen so much. He really has. You guys have no idea how much this pot has seen. This pot's gonna have the most lore in the whole entire game. Yeah, I don't like that. Any tips for getting game ideas? Make games that you wanna play or that you're interested in. Like if you, like, I would love to make an RPG like Paper Mario someday. Like that's definitely one of my dreams, to make an RPG like that. Like, how am I gonna do it? How long is it gonna take? I don't know. But you just want to make the games that you're interested in playing. So it should be pretty easy. Like, I understand if you're first starting out, like it's harder to think of like smaller games and stuff. Like because RPGs are huge, but you know, I'm just gonna leave him one color. This guy doesn't deserve another color. Should I give him a flower? He's like a vase. No, that's weird. The greatest NPC of our lifetime here. Clayman. Can we have a prequel game starring the clay pot? Oh, it's already in the works. It's Bob the Pot. Yeah, there's gonna be like some weird lore to this pot. I guarantee it. Everyone's gonna see him and like, hey, it's Bob the Pot. It's looking very like Greek. Oh no, guys. Guys. No, what if you could break the pot? No. Why did I think of that? Oh, the playlist link to the music. I actually downloaded the video. It's called Calm and Relaxing Nintendo Music Part 4. Yeah, guys, what do you think about the fact that you could break Bob the Pot? What if there was like an alternate ending, you know? Like, this game is basically Undertale at that point. Are you gonna take the pacifist run? Are you gonna save Bob? Or are you gonna wreck him? Everyone is asking questions. I just want to remind you to stay hydrated. Thank you. I'm gonna take a sip right now, just for you. Some nice filtered raw water. It's the sad Almar ending. It is. Secret worst ending for breaking the pot. Guys, oh. Why did you put this in my mind? It might happen. It might totally happen, and if it does, I'm not gonna warn you guys. There will be no warning. If you click, it's over. Or not click. If you shoot, yeah, maybe that's the side quest. You blow them up, and then you have to put them back together again. Give the pot a forget-me-not flower, and if you break it, it turns into a boss. What if it had water spewing from its head? That's a little too... Oof. Bob smiles to innocence. Poor Bob. He's so ignorant. He's so ignorant of the fate that's been chosen for him. Alright, let's try some tumbleweed. I actually did make tumbleweed already. But let's just make it again. This one has to be bigger anyway. The funny thing is the way I make tumbleweed is the same way I make coral for like the water area. So just don't tell anyone. Make a literal bookworm. Like a literal bookworm? Like just some guy reading a book. And he's like, I'm so invested in this novel. Probably too complicated, but you should show it multiple times and you can break him every time. And if you do, he shows up with more and more cracks. This is why does everyone hate Bob so much? That'd be the worst, right? Like, there's just like duct tape. There's just like tape every time you see him. There is kind of something funny to the choice of that. I mean, these games are all about player choice, you know? It's like save the animals and Super Metroid. Alright, let's see. Alright, that's... So I'm focusing. This... Guys, tumbleweed is hard. This is like, it brings out the... You really have to be confident in your tumbleweed abilities. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Tumbleweed has a lot of thorns, so make sure he's mean. Oh, yeah, he could be, yeah, this part's looking a little awkward here. This guy could just be a jerk. This guy's gonna have a Brooklyn accent. I don't know why I'm saying that. If you're from Brooklyn, I'm not saying you're a jerk. I'm not saying that at all. But it just seems like he should have a Brooklyn accent, you know? I don't know how you give eyes to a plant like this. How do you give life? Will the game have side quests? It all comes down to... it's the same answer I'm going to give for everything. it all comes down to how much free time we have and some other things that you'll find about soon enough. But really, it just comes down to time. Like, I would like to add a lot of like extra things. Like I said, I want the game to have a lot of replayability. I guess I didn't say that. So I don't know why. Like I said earlier in the stream, which I didn't say at all. But so I would like to. But if it means spending 3 more years in the game, then no. So skip the eyes, just give him a hat. I should just give him lips. Let's see. The hardest thing to do in this art style is lips. I mean, I kind of got it there. I'm gonna do this. Because there's nothing worse than a bush giving you lip. Oh, Lemon Projects, thank you so much for the super chat. Game design looking epic. I appreciate it so much. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate everyone that's done super chats today. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate you guys, and I appreciate you guys just showing up. I'm just shocked by the number of people that are here today. You guys are just ridiculous. You're crazy. Do I mean that in the best way possible? I don't know. That's up for you to decide. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you so much, though. Why am I giving him frog eyes? I kind of want to make him like... It's kind of hard because I can't use white. Because white is like what I use for like the enemies. But I really want to. I'm breaking this style pretty hard here. Tumbleweed has seen some stuff. Can you accept friend requests on Steam? I don't normally do that just because everyone would want to be my friend, and as much as I would want everyone to be my friend, my Steam, I would be bombarded with Steam messages all the time. So no promises. You know, I'm only friends with Bargy. No, I'm just kidding. I am, well, I am, but you know, humble brag there. It's funny, all Bargy does with his Steam account is it just says, it's just him booting up Grapple. Goodgis, Live Alive is my dream RPG style. Would be a Street Fighter 2 HD remix-esque style would be more feasible. Pyxel art seems to be a bit... Yeah, it does. It's interesting because like Bonzo and I were talking about like how Dewdrop is kind of getting a kind of that art style, like Octopath Traveler with like the post-processing and stuff on the nice art style. I don't know if that's something you want to do. You should learn the art style then. Like, go for it. I think I'm a firm believer. If you like a type of genre, like just learn it. Even if it takes you a while to get there, there's no point in like doing stuff you don't like. And that's why people are like, oh, don't make MMOs. It's impossible. It's not impossible. Those people are saying it just don't have the time or the effort. They're just like, they just don't want to invest the time to do it. You could figure it out. You could do it. It's a lot of hard work, but so is any game, so you might as well enjoy it. What is final boss? The final boss is... I'm sorry guys, we broke up. No, just kidding. Tumbleweed looks surprised. I mean, you would be surprised if you're a tumbleweed. The tumbleweed looks like a frog now. Oh, that's just like, that ain't right. I think I'm happy with that though. You guys, your art style gives me motivation. Thank you so much. I think what this art style is so simple. I think it really inspires people to. I think it's deceptively simple though. Like, it's harder than it looks, friends. To get this much detail on a small scale is tricky, but I think it's inspiring because other people see it and they're like, oh, I could do that, which is cool. That's one thing about this game that people have really pointed out. They like the art style, because I've like, really? Like, okay. But I've learned to love it. I'm adding too much to this guy. This guy just looks like a bad meatball. Tumbleweed is going through an identity crisis, pretty much. What music is playing right now? I believe it's Kirby's Epic Yarn. Kirby's Epic Yarn is pretty good, but I have to say, man, it's not like... Some of the instrumentation is my favorite. Final boss is redacted. Okay. I think we'll do one more guy here. And then we'll call it a day. So yeah, we'll do one more NPC. I'm trying to think what I was... Someone else had a good idea. And I was going to make it, but I can't remember what it was. Oh, it was the snake guy. I'm going to try to make this snake guy real quick. And then after that, I'll answer some more questions. And then we'll call it a day because... I would like to eat at some point in life, and I didn't get a chance to eat earlier, so. Okay, snakes are the hardest thing ever. Why get rid of the red lips and the tumbleweed? I need to know this. This snake needs to be like... That's how you make a snake. Thanks, Kiwi, for sharing that. How's Blizzard Blowout development going? It isn't going. It's just been on hold because of we're at a place where the Fear team can't really do much more without me. And I'm sold out for Dewdrop. I'm just committed to wrapping it up, and I think it's just to be fair with everyone who's waited for 13 years for this game. So we're just focusing on that, and then after Dewdrop, or at least when Dewdrop's in a good place, we'll look at it. And because for what we want to do for Blizzard Blowout, like, it's gonna take longer than just like we want to. I don't want to just like pump out games. Like, I want them to be high quality. And Dewdrop or Blizzard Blowout has a little bit. I'm gonna say it's got a little bit of an identity crisis because trying to make the game bigger, trying to take that basic concept and scale it up and still make it interesting and stuff. So, anywho, that's kind of where we're at with that. We're definitely, like, my plan is to finish it. I shouldn't say it's guaranteed to happen, but because I shouldn't commit like this far ahead in advance, but my goal is to finish it because I'm really proud of it, and we did a ton of awesome character designs for it. So you should do an NPC that's really out of place. I mean, a skunk is out of place. Look at that guy. He's got his thumbs up. I don't know, maybe he's a badger, maybe he's a skunk, I don't know. It's up for interpretation. Snakes need to look like the letter S. Not this one. This one is a very talented snake. Add cowboy hat to snake. That's like the default answer. Please add cowboy hat. I like the idea of giving the snake like a weird nose. Oh, he's sad. Oh no. Why is he sad, guys? You like the skunk's face so much. Snake. The snake is huge. It is. Like, dude, this guy's intimidating. What if we give him a big... Look at that. That's an NPC right there, guys. Just add some random tentacle and call it a day. Let's see. Do we want to give him a belly? Here's the great question. Belly or no belly? Yeah. I think NPCs just look more interesting when they're two-toned. So I try to like do it when I can. But I don't know. I'm the cheese man. Ben, will Goodgis be in the game? I don't know. That's a great question. I guess that's something I'll have to wait and see. I'm sure there will be more. Like, my goal with the game is when you watch the devlogs, like I said before, I want it to be when you watch the devlogs, you're not like, oh, I've seen everything in the game. And that's been really tricky. But I'm really trying my best because I don't want to spoil everything. All right. Okay, that's a hat right there. All right, hold on. How do I hire an artist for my 2D RPG game? That's a great question. I don't know what like the best place to like recruit people. Just know that when you hire an artist, that make sure to try to pay people well. Art is, there's a lot of hard work that is involved with it, and it's not always the cheapest thing. And you can pay by sprite, you can do royalties, you can do it however, but always try to pay your artists well and pay them fast too. That's, oh my goodness, that's the worst thing when like you get a sponsor or you contract with someone and they're like, yeah, we'll pay you in 3 months. How do you set up a stream? You use OBS. That's what I'm using. But you can use Streamlab and stuff. Okay, this guy, hold on, I think I need him. The hat needs to go back a little bit. Okay. I don't like how it's cutting the shape of his head. He looks like he's got like something stuck in his throat. When's the next Dewdrop devlog? I don't know. I was hoping to get another video out. So we got another video planned. It's not Dewdrop related. It is just kind of like more of like a helpful information video that's coming out here soon for like some, I don't want to spoil it, but that's on it. Like, we're planning that video out. And then there might be one more video and then the Dewdrop devlog. Like I said, there's gonna be a lot of stuff announced in October, and I want to get another video out before then to kind of just talk more about Dewdrop and stuff. But at the same time, I don't like making videos unless I have a lot to show, and I've been working on menus. So it's, I guess I could do a video on menus, but I don't think that's like, I don't think the YouTube algorithm's gonna love that. It's like, yes, I'm suggesting all these videos on menus. What if we give this guy 2 tails? He's gonna look like a stalk of corn at that point. Okay, let's see. Guys, I don't even know what this is. This is like an abomination. How do I do the bad guys voice? I just do it like this. And shatter everyone's eardrums in the process. Bad guys here. I don't know if I don't know if we changed the pitch of my voice at all, but oh man, this thing is becoming an elephant. This is actually kind of, is anyone else kind of creeped out by this guy? I'm kind of getting the heebie-jeebies. I don't know if I trust this snake. Could you make yourself an Easter egg NPC? Really? Could you make yourself? Yeah, I might. There'll probably be secrets, but if if there are secrets, I won't tell you. Goodgis, would be a video about Pyxel art tips? No, no, it's more like general, like how to have successful, like just it's more like money videos, like how to get money. I'm trying to like help out. Not everyone has a platform where they can, you know, talk and do all this stuff and promote their game. So I'm trying to find ways to help other people promote their game, get funding for their game, all this stuff. But instead of it just taking my advice, I actually have been interviewing and chatting with people and getting good feedback on how others do it. I will give you a hint. Next video is going to be a preview, a hint at what might happen in October. So you guys have the inside scoop. Next video, you're instantly gonna know it. You're like, oh, that's it. That's what he's talking about. So next video, you'll totally know what I mean about some secret stuff with Dewdrop. But that's all I'll say. Okay, so here's what we made for those tuning in last minute. We made some pretty interesting NPCs. We made some bosses. I'm not going to animate it here on stream just because I need to like use a mouse and not my trackball. I do not know if I'm going to keep that snake elephant nose thing. We'll see. I'll probably go back and rework these, but super happy with how these turned out. I want to spend the last let's see, like 10-15 minutes just answering questions, just chatting with you guys. It's so hard to do both. Future streams, if you guys are cool, I think what I'm gonna have what's gonna happen is I'm gonna have Kiwi read the questions out loud and I'll just answer them. That way I'm not looking at chat. I like being the one specifically reading your guys' chat, but it's just so hard to do both. I know, I'm so wimpy. I can't do art and talk and read at the same time. I'm so wimpy. Also, all right, I gotta fix this. I'm not liking that. That's just freaking me out. Okay, so tag me, shoot some questions. I won't be taking any more feedback for like NPC ideas, so save those for the next stream. We'll probably do, I would like to do this on a more regular basis, and I keep developing artwork because, like I said, super fun. How many times can I say super? Super! Last question. Will be any Easter eggs in Dewdrop? Maybe. I'd wishlist it, but my computer's broken. Are you? Oh, I guess yeah, you can't. Well, that's okay. Yeah, real quick, shameless promotion. If you want to support Dewdrop and you haven't wishlisted, wishlisting it is huge. It helps me out so much. There's a link in the description. Kiwi, if you wouldn't mind posting that in the chat, that'd be awesome. Also, other thing is the Cozy Autumn Game Jam in 2 weeks. I would love to have you guys participate. It's a ranked game jam. I don't know what we'll be doing. Sometimes we do videos, sometimes we do streams, sometimes I just play your guys' games. So, but I love seeing what you guys come up with. It's always awesome. But okay, questions. Let's hang out. Let's have a conversation. GIMP tutorial for pixel art. I don't use GIMP. Ask Polymars. Who made your avatar? I did. I'm also making a B game. It's a Hive City builder. Do you think I can put a reference to Poe in your game? Sure. As long as it's not like... As long as you don't make your main character Poe. Like if it's just like, hey, it's Poe from Dewdrop Dynasty, then that's perfectly fine. Already wishlisted. You're my favorite person. Goodgis, when Dewdrop is released, how long do you think it'll take for the Switch port? I don't know, because I've never done one, and we would be working with someone, so I have no idea. It could take a couple months. I've seen some ports take a year. I hope not. So it all depends. Can Tumbleweed be inside Bob if you kill him, so he will be rude? Maybe. We'll have to see. What is combat like? If you really want to get a good sense of combat, follow me on Twitter. Also, link in the description. My Twitter, I tease stuff all the time, guys. Like there's secret Dewdrop stuff being posted all the time. And you can get a good sense of the combat. It's like platforming, multi-directional shooting. You can do gun platforming as well. The snake looks like seagrass. Maybe he is. I've now wishlisted this amazing project after nearly 5 minutes of my laptop loading. Good, keep up the good work. Goodgis. TZ, what am I saying? Z-Time Gaming. Thank you so much. I can't talk, but I appreciate the support. Goodgis, do you formulate questions to ask people? How do you formulate questions to ask people? I don't know. You're just curious about something and then you say it. What are your tips or advice for learning Godot? Watch some tutorials, guys. There's so many tutorials. Getting started with Godot. There's something there. If you look up Godot tutorials, they will walk you through GD script. They'll walk you through how to use Godot. I'm always confused when people ask me that question because you just have to do the research of looking up tutorials. There's playlists. So yeah. Will you do any subscriber event? Yeah, when we hit 100K, man, guys, I'm really hoping to hit 100K by the end this year. If so, it would be really awesome. If not, it's fine. But I got some kind of special things planned for that. So I would love to hit it this year. But if we don't, no, that's a defeatist mindset. We're gonna hit it this year. Share the channel with your friends. Let's road to 100K. We're in the final lap here, and my plan is to do like a cool live stream, get a bunch of special guests on. I want to make a big deal about it. It may not happen like the day I hit 100K, but I really want to make like a cool live stream for it. So anywho, how did you make the cool elf mouth animation? I just illustrated it. And then I animated it. I animated it. I don't know why I'm talking so slow. Will you do a Pyxel art tutorial? Pyxel? I always say it wrong. Pyxel? No, that's the name of the software. Probably not because I haven't really done I'm just not a tutorial channel, guys. Like maybe I would make a separate channel on specific stuff, but it's really hard because tutorials take a lot of time, and it doesn't really help. This sounds bad, but it kind of hurts the channel sometimes. So I like to give advice and to help promote stuff, but there's plenty of other great channels for doing that. Check out Mort. Check out other really great artists. Project Patty, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Phantom Bowtie, what is up? Make a Roblox game for a video or a Minecraft mod. Yeah, see, I want to do those. I want to do those challenges, but guys, am I boring? I'm like so sold out on Dewdrop, where I'm like, that's all I work on. I'm afraid to do anything else. People ask like why I don't do game jams. I'm like, because I'm trying to make this awesome game. PJB Gamer, thanks so much for stopping by. Have a good one. Why do you use Pixel Edit instead of Sprite? I own both of them. I just like Pixel Edit better. The animation system works better for my brain. Sprite I'm sure is better, but there's just some things with Sprite are just goofy. Like if you haven't learned either one, learn Sprite. But if you start out with Pixel Edit, the transition's really weird. I love your games art. It's so tiny. Good job. Thank you so much. I love the cute tiny stuff. The cute tiny stuff. If/when Dewdrop Dynasty is released on console, will it be on Xbox Game Pass? I have no idea. I haven't actually looked into that. I don't know how you get on that. Wasting money by buying both with Goodgis? What? Oh yeah, it's fine. I got them I got Sprite for like on a bundle or something. I got it pretty cheap. For everyone asking for Pixar tips, Goodgis already made one called Learn Pixel Art Like a Pro, Tips and Tricks. Yeah, I did like 4 pixel art videos. First one is like my most popular video, and then 2 others like aren't as popular, but the 2 other ones I'm pretty proud of. They have a lot of good information. How many levels do you plan to add to Dewdrop? I don't know, guys. Everything's so up in the air because of the secret surprise in October. Hopefully it happens in October if I have the time. We're on track right now, but if October goes well, then the secret surprise, you'll find out all the answers to your questions will be answered. That's redundant. Do you think learning Python, GScript would be beneficial to help me learn C# and Unity? Maybe. I mean, I think if you want to learn C#, you should just learn C#. Will you make when your characters spill sand when they talk? I don't even know how I'd show that because the resolution's so small. See you in the next one. The Motherland too. Thanks for stopping by. Do you plan on Linux native release or wine support? Definitely native. That's the great thing about Godot. Guys, stop distracting him. Let him work. No, Joseph, this is the, we're wrapping things up. What do you guys think of Pokemon style based on base battle systems? Style type based battle systems. Are you talking about like the new Legends one or Arceus one? I don't know. I had a lot of expectations for that game, but I felt like the game was really clunky. I know that sounds weird, but just like the movement felt really clunky. So I didn't get as far in that game as I would like, and I'll probably still go back and play it. But I preferred the Brilliant Diamond. That's what I played, and I really enjoyed it. Kiwi and I played through it, and I really enjoyed it. I barely missed it. Joseph, no matter how long I stream, somebody misses the stream. They always show up last minute and like, no! But this will be, I'll probably leave it public for a couple days so people can watch it. And then after that, it's going to be in the playlist. So you can go back. It'll be in the Dewdrop playlist and also the Stream Archive playlist. How did I come up with my channel name? It's a RuneScape name that I wanted it to be Good Guy, but that was taken. So it's Goodgis instead. You really need to make a Roblox game and give yourself a break on Dewdrop. I can't afford to give myself a break. I got so much work to do. Yeah, guys, we need to make like a Goodgis Wikipedia. Like, I don't even know how you do that. Someone needs to get on this. Or like a fandom, not a fandom, but what? There's got to be some like YouTube wiki thing, and we'll put all the like trivia in there. I care more about the content than the game. Yeah, I mean, we're trying to find a good variety of stuff. The nice thing is I have like a backlog of games and things I've worked on. That's kind of how I work best, is I work on stuff in the past, and then I don't, like 3 months later, I show you guys. Yeah, Wikitubia. This needs to happen. If someone does this, please tag me on like Discord or something. Let me know. I would love to. I love the Wizbirds fandom. Everyone that worked on that did such a great job. I love reading it. So if you guys work on it, or if you need more information, let me know. What's your opinion on GDevelop? I think it's pretty good. I got to work with GDevelop for the one video. I think it's not at the same place Construct is, but for a free engine, it's pretty great. Like, I think Construct is more polished, but I think GDevelop, it's got a ways to go, but it can compete with it. And for it being open source, it's fantastic. You know me, guys. I'm always like, open source is open source. Oh, gee. Will you unlock abilities in Dewdrop Dynasty throughout the game, like in Hollow Knight? Yep. Would you ever try Game Maker again? Yeah, maybe for something like, I like it. It's nostalgic, but I don't think I would use Game Maker Studio 2. The layout is very... It can be cluttery sometimes. I don't know. It's weird. It's like once you find a game engine you like, you don't want to bounce around. How did you or one of the team members make the Fearth website? I made it. I just did some HTML. We're actually going to be redoing it here soon. There's so much that needs to happen. Seriously, like we have a lot planned in a very little time, so okay, let's see. Any other questions? We're coming up on the 2-hour mark. Is there any way you can see our game/concept pixel art? We have a Discord channel. If you join that, you can share it. There's like share your art, share your game, and stuff like that. What inspired you to make Dewdrop? We just wanted, like the team and I wanted to make like a small game in 1 month, and we thought a Metroidvania could be fun because they're just like exploration. We like exploration. We like Zelda games, and it just seemed like a relatively easy game to make. Little did I know, there's a difference between making a game and making a good game. Phantom Bowtie, I'm excited. How would I improve at low res pixel art? It all comes down to simplifying. You really have to understand how shapes work. Like how do you take a shape? How do you make the it's really it's just simplifying things down to the basic things, and that's what makes it so challenging. How do you make a bush read at a small scale? So I do a lot of icon design for my job, and so I that's my job, is to take normal objects and to like make them look like little icons. So it just takes practice. You just try a static site generator to redo the website. It's faster and easy. I've thought about it. It might even be a 1-page though. We're gonna keep it really simple. Where's the Fearth merchandise? It's weird. Like YouTube doesn't really show it. The Fearth merch is, if you go to my channel, there should be a tab that says shop or store or something like that, and you can find it there. How to stay motivated? You just have to have something that's worth being motivated for. Like, I really struggle with motivation, but recently I've been so motivated because I'm excited about it. Also, paying a composer for my game has really made me like, oh, I gotta finish this game. So, and seeing all you guys excited for it, like it spurs me on. So have a friend or someone who's like excited to see progress from you, and like have a support group. I paid for Pyxel Edit. Do you think you will work with Vimlark anymore? Yeah, I would like to actually do like a proper collab with him, because our collaboration was a little like, we just were both pretty busy. But I would like to do more stuff where I'm having like a direct interaction with those guys. It'd be cool to have them on stream. Do you think that a Pokemon-based card system like that in Shining Pearl would give the wrong impression that my game is a monster catcher? Is it a monster catcher? I mean, it could, but that's kind of unique. Do you think top-down Metroidvanias are rare? No, they're called Zelda games. Will there be story and lore in Dewdrop? Yep, there's tons of it. Is there any way to make money as a beginning game developer? You could. It's a great question. You can always get. I was just watching a GDC game design conference lecture on this. Like, you can get grants like from your government. You can. A lot of developers, they use grants to get started. They use. I haven't done it personally. You can do what's called bootstrapping, where you just use your own money to like pay for developing a game. If you do marketing, you could do something like having a YouTube channel. Like, the YouTube channel really helps. You can also do a Kickstarter. You could take donations, but it does take a while. Like, I didn't make money for a long time. I also didn't do things necessarily the right way. So there's different ways. You could also do work for hire where you help develop a game and you get paid for it. So can I fix the smile in that pot? No, I will never fix it. Bob is staying the way he is. I don't know, maybe I will. How long will the game be? Another great question, and that's why we don't know yet. The demo is going to be a good idea of like, okay, this game is this long, and Metroidvania games are pretty short, guys. Like Hollow Knight's the longest Metroidvania I know of, but Metroid Dread's like 9 hours long. It's a $60 game, so I'm hoping that the game is at least 3 hours or more. That would be awesome. If I could get it to like 6 to 8, that would be awesome. But we will it all comes down to the end, I guess, like how it all pans out. Do you think Libre Sprite is good art tool? Yeah, I really, tools don't matter a whole lot. I like to talk about them, but whatever's the most comfortable for you. Like, it all comes down to comfort. Construct versus G develop. Construct if you're doing like commercial project. Hollow Knight is aggressive, massive. Yeah, it's hard to you can never compare yourself with Hollow Knight because it's just impossible. The game's too crazy. Ping Goodgis so he answers. Yeah, I'm sure the speedrun will be pretty short, but we'll if we work on the game and the game's short, we'll make the game longer. Like we're not gonna release the game until it's finished, and but it would just be nice to have a little bit more time to focus on the game. That's my thing. Is water wet? No. It's sweaty. The goal is to lose. That's called a roguelike. Or Dwarf Fortress. What is Bob? Okay, now we're just getting crazy. What's Bob's favorite food? I don't know. You guys have to write the lore for Bob. Water makes things wet, but wet things makes water. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I've transcended Arctic. All right, well, I think that's it. I think we're gonna call it a day. Thank you guys. Thanks everyone who stopped by on the stream, guys. You're awesome, a wonderful turnout. I can't believe how many people showed up today. So, I really appreciate everyone stopping by. I would love to do these streams more often. I swear, every time I do a stream, I change the stream layout. So I'm pretty happy with this layout. So I won't have to set it up every stream. So I would like to do it more often and hang out with you guys because it's always a blast. I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day or evening, whatever time it is where you're at currently. And stay tuned, guys, for more videos. October. Get people hyped up. October is going to be a big time for Dewdrop and everything. And wishlist the game if you haven't. Final plug. Wishlist. Check out the game jam. And yeah. Road to 100K, guys. Road to 100K. We're going to do it. So have a lovely day, and we will talk soon. Peace.
Goodgis is out.